tell me about your gun. Self-reflect on that for a second. If I looked at this gun and you asked me, Travis, tell me about your gun. Well, I'd say it's a Daniel Defense MK18. It's got a LCAN on it. It's got a PAC-15 laser, a Surefire M300 with the dual switch. It's got the Vampire head, got RC2 SOCOM can, BCM foregrip, BCM stock, Knight's armament flip up. That's typically what you'll hear from people when you ask them to tell you about their rifle. But I don't think that's the best way to describe something that's a life support piece of equipment. Imagine if I was bleeding out and you ran by and you were unarmed and I said, hey, take my rifle. And I threw you my rifle and you said, well, tell me about it. Do you think I'd tell you about the optic and what kind of PEX on it and what kind of flashlight and what kind of suppressor it is? Because that doesn't help you at all. So think about that question now, because I want to know what this thing does. I want to know everything, specifically the sighting system, the rounds that I'm using. I would say, hey, here's what I'm running. I'm running Mark 262 ammo. I've got 100-yard zero on this thing because it's an LCAN. It needs to be zeroed at 100 meters. I am combat effective out to 300 meters, which means you don't have to do any holds. After that, I use the 400 hold at 400. At 500, I use 550 because it's a little bit off because BDCs are a gimmick to a point. And then area targets out to 600 meters, stack about 10 foot high. Hold just a little bit low on the 600 reticle inside of this. I have not tested it out to 7 to 1,000, which the optic certainly goes to. I have the lights configured in the white light mode right now, but if you need to switch, you can switch it to the Vampire mode for flood. On the laser, I've got a parallel zero, and it is same combat effectiveness as the optic all the way out to infinity. Just to give you a couple examples of how I would describe my weapon to you if it needed to save your life. So I think we should start thinking a little bit more about our rifles in a more intimate way of knowledge. Know what it does for you, because that's going to do nothing more but help you uphold that higher standard of care for society. Guys, thanks again for joining me today. I'm Travis Haley. Stay sharp, be safe, and don't forget to die free.